Yo, what's up, guys? Torque here. Right before I get this video started and, talking about how I got into all this YouTube stuff and what I'm doing now and what I did whenever I was doing YouTube, I just want to throw some shout outs real fast. Shout out to Dare Envy, the guy, he's helped me so much whenever I first started this whole thing. Revex, thank you so much, dude. I love you to death. I've known you for 4 years now. Couldn't ask for a greater friend. Farrell, you allowed me to get into Dare back in the day. I appreciate it, homie. You helped me out a lot as well. Aimbot, man, it was awesome that the run we had. Brana, I appreciate the opportunity you're giving me now with Ice. I appreciate it, man. You've been there for me like I've been there for you. And last but not least, I'd like to give a shout out to Slyke and Oxy back whenever they were in Iron. You guys gave me that opportunity to join after, not being active, I guess, for a couple months. So you guys gave me that opportunity. I appreciate it so much, guys. So jumping into this, I started this whole YouTube thing 4 or 5 years ago. I used to play a game called Aliens vs. Predator. I was the #1 ranked player on it. I played it for a long time. Made a lot of friends through that, of course. My buddy Savvy, I've known him for 5-6 years now almost, so I love that guy to death. He's a great guy. That's also another guy I could not, replace at all. But, before Call of Duty, I'd play it, and I had some friends in person, they'd tell me, Caleb, bro, you need to get Call of Duty. You need to get it, man. I always thought of Call of Duty as just, just another generic game, just another game that a lot of people play, and it's just overrated. Well, finally, I gave in to them, and I ended up buying Modern Warfare 2 more towards the time when MW3 was about to come out. I bought it, started playing, I went for nukes and whatnot. I really wasn't into sniping until, my buddies introduced me to it. They're like, yo, man, check out this team. This team called Optic, man. They're sick, man. Like, look at these quick scopes that they're doing. They'd be like, man, check out this team called FaZe. Like, they no-scope people and kill them. And I remember seeing Dare and Soar. Those were the big 4 teams back in the day. I'm talking 4 or 5 years ago. And them being big, nowadays it's common for a team to have 100, 200, 300, 400, 500,000 subscribers. Back then, 20,000 subscribers was like, oh my God, that's a lot of people. Which in reality, now, of course, that's not a lot, if you think about it, especially on the internet. So, I got into it. My first team was Aztec. I don't know if you guys remember that team, Aztec Central. I ended up joining it, and it didn't go too well. I wasn't good enough, really, I don't believe, to join the team. I more so just knew one of the guys that was in the team and became friends with him, and he just, pretty much allowed me to join. I remember this was whenever MW3 first came out. I had a split, I believe, quad, just quad feed, whatever, with the L11, and I had that in my introducing, and the video ended up getting, taken down or whatever because the quality of it was just awful, standard, wise. So I felt pretty bad about that, and I left that team, and after I left that team, I created my own little team called Virus. We got up to 1,000 subscribers, that went well. I made a couple friends through there, I still, know to this day or whatever. That went well, and going back to the shout out, to Dare Envy, I actually met him right after I made Virus, and I asked him, because at the time he was the co-leader of XGen. It's like, hey, Envy, what would it take for a guy like me to join XGen? And he's like, well, I'll give you a clan tag, man. And he gave me the, I can't remember what clan tag. I believe it was an L. He gave me an L clan tag. And he told me to hit as many clips as I could in a week. And I said, okay, I'll do that, and I'll get back to you in a week. The first night, I ended up hitting 9-10 clips or whatever. Just absolutely luck, of course. I mean, don't get me wrong, there was skill involved, of course, but I mean, to get 9-10 clips in a night, especially on, MW3 when it first came out, I guess, 5 ons and stuff, I guess it was just in my favor to join. So I hit him up the next day. I'm like, hey, Austin, I hit 9-10 clips last night. You want to check them out in my vault? Looked at my clips, and he liked them, so he picked me up that day, and I was super happy. It was the biggest team that I've joined or whatever. I believe XGen was at like 29K at the time, and I thought to myself, like, oh my God, this is insane. I'm in XGen. Well, I was in XGen for about a month, and I ended up leaving XGen. I joined M40A3. Saber, also one of my good friends. Yeah, that's where I met him. I met him in M40A3. Well, I was in M40A3 for about 3 or 4 days, and I just didn't like how it was ran, I guess. never talked to Aowen or Dezo like I did with, Envy and XGen. So I decided to go back to XGen. I was there for about 2 or 3 weeks, and then Austin got into Dare, of course, and back then, of course, Dare was big. And I wanted to join Dare. That was something that I've always wanted to do since I started, and I'm sure he knew about that. So once he got into Dare and he was in there for a good month or so, I come home from school and I remember him calling me on Skype, and I remember getting in a Skype call and him telling me, "Caleb, I've got a Dare private recruitment challenge for you, man. You get a week to do exactly what I told you to do last time for XGen. I've got the same thing for you to do for Dare now. This is your shot, buddy." I said, "All right, Austin, I'll do what I can." I played 6 days nonstop. I missed 2 days of school, actually. I missed Thursday and Friday. My parents allowed me to stay home to do this. Yeah, pretty crazy. I did that, whatever. I ended up having like 45, 50 clips. It was ridiculous. I had a lot of clips, COD 4, MW2, MW3. Ended up joining Dare off that. Farrell picked me up along with Nikolai. I couldn't ask for more as far as that. Whenever that happened, I was super stoked about it, and I was in there for about 8 or 9 months. Ended up getting kicked. I got into an argument with one of the sniping leaders. Long story short, we just didn't agree on an upload, and I went off on him, and he kicked me, of course. After that, I was thinking about giving up, quitting or whatever after being kicked from the team that I've always wanted to join. Me and Austin decided to make, and also Revex decided to make a team called AAO, which stood for Against All Odds. We ended up making that team, and a lot of guys from AAO ended up joining bigger teams, such as Revex joined Darth. Me and Envy, we joined Synergy back then. A couple guys joined Envy. We had one guy, of course, if you guys know Dragon, he joined Optic from AAO. We had a lot of big names go to different teams or whatever, and they ended up being successful through AAO, so that was pretty cool. Like I said, me and Austin went to Synergy, and I remember we kept having problems with our uploads. Synergy, I have nothing against them at all. Such a great team or whatever. It was a trick shot / sniping team, and we just had a constant battle between were snipers going to get the upload this week or were trick shotters going to get the upload this week. So we had that constant problem. So me and Envy then decided to just leave the team or whatever. It wasn't worth going between who's going to get the upload. And during that time, I remember Darth was having a recruitment challenge, and this is 2-3 years ago now, I believe. And if you guys listening right now have been around for the past 3 years, you guys know what I'm talking about. It was the DE5 RC. I believe 9 or 10 people got picked up, off that, and I was one of those people. I was in there for a year and 3 months. I actually had the opportunity to lead Darth. Aimbot gave me that opportunity, and I still thank him to this day for that. I couldn't ask for more when it comes to that. I did that whole ordeal, did what I had to do there. Ended up leaving Darth, and literally the same night I got the offer to lead Dare on the sniping channel. So I did that for a couple weeks, and the channel actually ended up going down, or something happened. I can't really remember exactly, but something went down with that. So that went out the window, and I pretty much quit from there, and I didn't really join any other teams. Was inactive for a couple months, and I ended up coming back, and Psych and Oxy and Radic, of course, they gave me the opportunity to join Iron. Came back, joined Iron for a bit, did that whole ordeal. I believe there was some problems going on in Iron or whatever. I love everyone in Iron to death. I believe the team has ended now. I'm not around as much as I used to be, but I went from Iron and ended up joining Ice. That's where Brana comes into this. I've known him for forever. I've known him back whenever he was in Darth, back in the old days. I went to him, was like, "Hey man, I'm interested in joining Ice," and he gave me the opportunity to join, and that's the team I'm in currently right now. And such a great group of guys. As far as I know, I really don't know anybody that well, but as far as I know, they're a bunch of cool guys. But Team Lycan, I know a lot of guys in Lycan, such as Rated. If you're listening yourself, me and you go back to Darth. Oxy, me and you go back to whenever I picked you up to AAO. Nemo, dude, we go back to XGen, so that says it right there. I know a lot of guys in Lycan right now, and it would just feel like a home to me personally, and I know what I can do as far as creating content, and I know what to do if you guys need anything as far as helping with any leadership issues, something going on. I have that experience to go through it, so I believe it's a team that would give me an opportunity to come back and prove to not only myself but to other people that, you know, I can still do this, and this is something that I love doing. Because even though that now I am busy with, you know, life, of course, like I watched in the RV video, you know, life does happen. You know, I mean, I can't play the game every single day and, you know, grind like I used to. But whenever the times, you know, that I do get online, I am able to hit clips. I am able to make, you know, the videos that I would like to make. You know, it's just I'm trying to find that motivation again, and I believe this is something that will actually help me out with this. So, you know, I appreciate, you know, you guys listening through this whole thing. I believe I'm coming up on 11 minutes now. You know, just thank you to everyone that's helped me. You know, I mean, I couldn't ask for, you know, any greater friends than the ones I have now. You guys are absolutely amazing. Love you guys to death. You know who you are. You know, it's awesome how many people I've met through this whole YouTube thing. I love it, and I love you guys. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and comment. You know, it has been a good minute since I've done a commentary. Sorry for not having a face cam. You know, I threw my camera out not too long ago or whatever, it broke. So like I said, if you like the video, please leave a like and comment. I appreciate it. You know, to the leaders watching this, Grizz, Bella, I'm sure Grizz, I've talked to you a couple times through Psych or whatever, because me and Psych go back, man, 4 or 5 years ago. Bella, I'm sure me and you've gotten to a party before with me and Oxy playing together. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. You know, if you guys give me this opportunity, you know, we can see what happens, and I'm sure I won't be a letdown, and do what I got to do for you guys. So yeah, guys, I appreciate it. You guys have a good day.